What's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to revive lost power and even increase miles per gallon on an older car like this 2000s Honda Civic behind me. Stay to the end because one of the solutions is so easy, and it's brought to you by Fuel Tone, who have sent me a number of goodies to help with just this problem. So now we're under the bonnet. The first thing I'm going to recommend that you do, and you probably want to get a trained mechanic to do this if you're not comfortable in doing intricate things yourself, would be to get the tappets adjusted. Now I'm going to overlay some footage of me doing this on this particular car when we did the timing belt, but ultimately what you're doing is adjusting the tolerance between the rocker arm and the cam lobe, or the rocker arm and the valve itself, depending on how it's set up in your particular engine. And what that does is it allows more air in, more air out, helps the engine breathe, and that, when it's timed up correctly and when it's adjusted correctly per the manufacturer's tolerances, will help with both performance and miles per gallon. Second, on an older engine just like this one, would be a distributor and advancing the ignition timing through the distributor itself. Now on older engines, they do normally have a distributor where you can advance and retard the ignition timing, whereas on newer models you may not have a distributor or something where you can do that manually. Remapping the ECU and things like that is normally required if you want to run anything outside of manufacturers' recommended timings or tolerances. But the modern vehicles are normally very good in that adjustment of the ignition timing isn't always required. It normally does it itself through the ECU, whereas this, it's sort of set, forget, and then revisit it and reset it as you need it, as the vehicle ages or as the ignition timing retards over time. Third then would be the fuel system. And this is the fuel rail, and as you can imagine it goes down to the injectors, and that's where Fuel Tone comes in, who have sent me some amazing goodies that help clean the injectors and clean the fuel system from the inside. And it's a very simple and easy step to complete, and I'll show you that now. So Fuel Tone have sent me quite a lot of goodies, one being this injector cleaner, and you literally put this into the fuel tank. When you're filled up at the fuel station, it's got full instructions on the back, but what this will essentially do is clean the injectors, which helps them become more efficient, more effective, spray the required amount of fuel equally in proportion to throttle load, air intake, all the variables that the ECU would think about, but it does it more effectively, more efficiently, as the manufacturer would recommend and require of the vehicle when it was brand new, or close to once you've cleaned the injectors with something like this. Now there are a lot of different companies that do this. Fuel Tone aren't exactly paying me, but they did send me out this product, so I'm giving them a shout out for that, and I'll be using this the next time I fill up the Civic. Now another very easy and very simple step to make sure that you're getting the best miles per gallon and efficiency out of the engine would be to make sure it's serviced well. Specifically serviced in relation to the air intake, making sure that the filter's nice and clean and clear of debris and the air can flow into the engine easily. The spark plugs themselves, that they're working effectively and efficiently, that they're gapped correctly when you do replace them. They do normally come pre-gapped now, a lot of spark plugs, but sometimes you will have to gap them yourself. And I'll show you how to do that in an upcoming video. Fresh oil as well is very important with any engine, making sure that it runs as smoothly and maintains an efficient lubrication as it's running. As you can imagine, and as you've guessed, and I've said it so many times in this video, it's all about efficiency, making sure everything runs as the manufacturer intended. And with these small steps, the tappets, the ignition timing, making sure that the fuel system's clean and running well, making sure that the correct fuel's in the car, because some vehicles require higher octane fuel, 99 or 98 RON instead of 95, the regular sort of petrol, and making sure it's well serviced will all make sure that your car runs as it should do and as the manufacturer recommended, to get the the buck horsepower that the manufacturer stated, and also get the proclaimed miles per gallon figure. One more thing that you can do, and this is I suppose a little bit of a tip for everybody that's got a car that they use on a daily basis, they run here, there and everywhere with it, is to make sure that it's empty of anything that you don't need. Having a full boot will increase the weight of the vehicle, and that alone will impact the miles per gallon, as well as, and I need to top mine up, tyre pressures. So I'll go over that, how to find your tyre pressures, and a number of other things to do with tyres in some upcoming videos. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you increase your miles per gallon, maybe eke out a little bit more power from maintaining and doing a few of those things to your vehicle that I've mentioned in this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already.